Hello and welcome to the official, and I do mean official, um tier list for The Binding of Isaac Repentance. We're gonna be ranking all the base characters and all of the tainted characters. Pretty sure I'm just gonna be like doing like the normal version, normal version, tainted version, so on and so forth. So starting off we have Isaac. Isaac is I mean, classic. He's classic Isaac. Not much to really say about him. He has like pretty much like generic starting stats. He has the D6, which is pretty good. I mean, I personally like don't like playing Isaac that much, and I haven't for a really long time. I find his base stat line boring, and you're basically just like hoping you roll into like hard carry items. You don't really get to play around with a lot of items in a run because anytime you get an item you don't want, you just roll it. But like, yeah, he's good, especially for rolling angel deals, double deals, multi-choice rooms, stuff like that. So that's a huge plus. With libraries, also able to basically break libraries, not break, but you're able to like break out of the item pool with them pretty efficiently, depending on the layout of your library, how many books you get. Then going into Tainted Isaac, this is one of only two Tainted characters I haven't played, but like from what I've seen, it, he honestly deserves to be in B tier also. Yes, he has limited space, but seeing as every item you come across gets basically rolled, and you get to get rid of any bad items you want with like the limited space, it kind of makes him really good. Like, don't get me wrong, having only 8 items could be bad, but when every item you come across is 2 items essentially, and you get to choose between the two of them, your item pool is like so crazy big to choose from that he's really freaking good. And I do want to play him. I just haven't got around to it. Next up is Magdalene. Normal Magdalene. I mean, if you would have asked me before Repentance, she probably would have been like a C tier. I would have definitely been like, yeah, I mean she's fine, but not too much of a reason you would want to play her. And like everyone just used her the same way. It's like, yeah, she has like 4 heart containers, so you just use them on devil deals. But now in like Repentance with full health pill, with angel deals being super good and everything, using self sac rooms, aka the Eddie rooms, has never been more beneficial. It's so good. Maggie is so fun to play now. Like, actually, it's kind of fun always gambling your life away in hopes of getting a good angel deal item or items on your first floor. And yeah, I mean, not much more you can really say about that. That she's a tad bit slower. I kind of do miss starting with a speed up pill, but give and take, I guess. But yeah, Maggie definitely deserves an A tier. Then going into Tainted Maggie, this is like a really fun character. Like, in terms of like gameplay, it's definitely like an S rank. But like in terms of it being like, I don't. It's nah, yeah. I think Tainted Maggie's there. We got our like actual like literal melee character, which is cool as hell. Like, contact damage builds have like an actual purpose now. Like, yes, please, dude. Um, Tainted Maggie is so fun to play. The only it's kind of like spicy with like doing bosses like Delirium and Hush and everything. But like, if we're talking about like post-it note completion, like after like all your post-its are completed and everything, Maggie is like definitely gonna be like a fun character to play to like Blue Baby, to the Lamb, stuff like that. Whatever like people are doing their new like run ending stuff. If it's like if like the community agrees that like the Beast is like how a lot of people are gonna beat it, which I highly doubt they are. Then Tainted Maggie isn't the right pick, but like Tainted Maggie, so fun, so fun. Next up is Cain. I mean, just straight up, Cain is S tier again. Um, Wrath of the Lamb enjoyers rise up. Cain takes his mantle as being like probably the chattest character in the game. He takes pills. He just eats them all. He has higher than Isaac damage. I think he has like slightly less like tears speed, but like it's fine. Also the unique eye modifier comes in like kind of handy with some items, which is always cool. Always nice having like character specific synergies. But just with like also the lockpick, being able to open up all your golden chests, you have more consumables on average than like a normal run does earlier and such, while also having the potential to pop off with like the pills, get something in the vein of like placebo or something, and like identify like a good pill, like tears up, health up, stuff like that, then play around it. Even like if you get like false PhD or something, just starting with Luckfoot is nice because negates like having bad pills, but like you still get like benefits from eating the pills, so that's really good. Not too much more can be said about Cain. I guess you can gamble with him, but I don't think anybody's gambling. Takes too long. The reward's not really worth it. Let's see. Tainted Cain. I mean, this is an A tier character. It's a very fun and good character, but fun in a way where I don't ever want to play this man again right now. Busted out almost all of his completion marks. I think I still need like boss rush, which good luck getting boss rush. Literally, I just need to like build Mama Mega in like one run, but like, oh my god, making boss rush normally as this character is like actually impossible. At least the way I play him. Dude, call me a min max Marty if you will, but catch me running around the floor, specifically crafting very niche items constantly. But like, definitely a fun character. Repetitive because I build the same items, but fun. Next up is Judas. Judas is like a character that like I probably would have had an S tier before Repentance because of just how strong he is, but like with Repentance, I mean he's probably a B. His whole gimmick of just having like more damage does not really make up for his lack of health pool. And having Book of Belial is like I guess like a lot better now, so that kind of sucks because before you couldn't like have battery synergies for like in a room and everything and stack it up, but now that it's kind of like less important than health, so that's a shame. The only good thing about Book of Belial that you can really say on Judas is that it increases his chances of getting Devil Deal slash maybe even Angel Deal. I don't really know the specifics, but yeah, I mean that's cool, but again, just he's too squishy now. The risk reward just is not there for him, but he's still very powerful, and having raw damage is pretty good, all things considered. Just not when you die to just about every enemy instantly. I don't know. Maybe it's like a mix of like the faster shot speed on enemies, the lack of iframes, just stuff like that. It just kind of really makes the glass cannon kind of thing a lot harder to make work. Next up is Dark Judas. I mean, I'll just be real. Like, I mean, this is maybe it might be an S tier. But my personal opinion on it is it's really clunky using on keyboard with the default bindings and everything. And I don't really want to mess with the bindings because I've been using keyboard base bindings since the game's been out. But yeah, moving around while using some of the Tainted characters' abilities is like a tad bit scuffed. So it's not as fluid as I would like it to be, but everything else for this character works out perfectly. Very fun to use. Makes quick work of stuff like Hush and Delirium, which is cool as hell. Well, maybe not makes fast work of them, but being able to destroy like tons and tons and tons of bullets on screen at once is kind of cool as hell. And I like seeing your damage get just high for no reason. Next up is Blue Baby. I mean, I'll be real. Blue Baby's like D tier. Just like, yeah, I mean, he's just not like he has nothing going for him. He has like slightly higher damage than Isaac, I believe, but like he just can't get red hearts. He's a lot more eh. Maybe like no joke, if he started off with the poop trinket, like he might actually be like a tier, maybe even two higher, but the fact that you have to lock into the poop trinket every run as him really hurts him. You're basically locked into taking angel deals, which isn't bad because as we all know, angel deal meta is upon us. But he lacks any depth really. It's literally just Isaac, but what if Isaac didn't have red heart containers and no D6? So he's just not good. There's no reason to play him. There's no reason to want to play him, you know? Next up is Tainted Blue Baby, and like I personally want to put him up in the E, but I'll be honest, the clunkiness of using his ability definitely deserves to be taken down to a B. But the idea of being a poop alchemist of sorts is, well, one, kind of weird, but also kind of inspiring. I mean, if this bloated corpse of fecal matter and gunk can become an alchemist, so can you. Just make bombs in your backyard. Don't do that. Please do not do that. But with that being said, it's still really cool and actually pretty powerful ability to just have. He's just better Blue Baby. It's Blue Baby if Blue Baby actually had a reason to play him. So yeah, that's pretty good. I think the ability of having utility basically counts as basically having a trinket, what's it called, petrified poop on Blue Baby. So yeah, I guess it checks out that he's in B tier. I said 1 or 2 ranks higher, and yep, checks out. Eve, I'll just level with you, she's D tier. Base Eve is just like, she's not good. Like I really hate everything about it. There's like no, like the only reason you even have like 2 heart containers is to like be a hindrance to staying in Horror Babylon while also giving the false illusion that you're ever going to use the razor blade. Like, I hate the fact that they gave her razor blade and everything instead of like maybe the nail, because like razor blade is such a bad item. It's just not good. While it does allow you to enable Horror Babylon as Eve like pretty immediately, it doesn't have a purpose outside of that on her. You just use it whenever you accidentally pick up a red heart, but you're also getting rid of the razor whenever you can, and you're trying to like take devil deals as Eve. But yeah, I don't know. It just doesn't feel good. It just feels like really like a worse Judas. And I'm not even gonna explain my opinion on that because I guess it really doesn't make sense, but I just have never liked playing Eve. Just she feels so mediocre, even while having like what is it, like 5 point something damage, or might be 6 damage or something with like Horror Babylon, and like the speed up is nice, but Jesus Christ, it's just not worth playing her. Next is Tainted Eve. I mean, she's like a C tier at best. Tainted Eve is pretty cool. I'm not even gonna lie. I really like the idea. It's just the fact that, like, holy shit, the Sumptorium blood clots are just, like, so susceptible to being hit by random bullshit. And, like, they lose track of Eve so fast and easy that, like, it's kind of infuriating. But, like, everything else is so cool about it, you know? It's like I love building up an army of these little stupid blobs. Very cool, very fun. It just kind of sucks. But yeah, I think C tier is pretty good. Samson's like an easy A tier. Like has a good bit of health, has a reason to hurt himself, you know. Blood Banks and Samson, best friends. Probably like the best starting like passive for a character, you know, just like, oh, I'm playing bad, don't mind me if I just get stats for it. You know, you do have to like be pretty creative to use it like on later floors, especially, you know, in like, is it called the second chapter? Whenever the womb stuff happens, you know, like womb into like the chest, or dark room, stuff like that, when you start taking like full hearts damage from every source of damage. But like hopefully by then you have a run built where you don't need to really use it, and if you do get hit, it's just kind of like a added bonus to being bad. But yeah, Samson, very fun. Looking forward to playing him, especially with stuff like Candy Heart and everything. Since he starts with Child's Heart, make just like Red Heart synergies in general on Samson are pretty fun. Can't wait for it. Tainted Samson, he's good. He's strong, but I mean, really, I mean, like he is good. Don't get me wrong. He's strong, but his entire gimmick is like kind of lackluster in comparison to stuff. I wish there was like I don't know, a longer duration on it, as maybe dumb as it sounds. Like, I don't know, maybe like make it like hard to actually proc, but like once you get it to proc, it's like on the rest of the floor. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of like the burst of just like Berserker, because there's so many room layouts, and it feels like especially prevalent while you're playing Tainted Samson, because you just realize how many just random empty rooms there are on a floor, and it just feels bad. But I mean, it is really cool. Next up is Azazel. I mean, actual Azazel is like probably like S tier. He's just strong, not very fun, so I'm gonna put him to A. But like, starting with the ability of flight is already like pretty much S tier worthy. Like, no joke. There's so many things that you can access by flying that like other characters can't, and the fact that the character with literal brimstone starts off with brimstone as flight is just kind of funny. His only really downsides are like some of the end game bosses and everything, because it's hard to get up close to them. But if you're doing like a normal run, like just for the dub, Azazel is so good, just so easy, like actual brainless tier. But like because of the lack of variance and like tier synergy and everything, since he always starts with brimstone, and like brimstone overrides, well, it doesn't override like effects anymore for the most part, but it overrides visuals and everything, and like that kind of sucks. And since his brimstone is still short, you don't get like the full satisfaction of brimstone. And since brimstone was nerfed, can go on and on and on about just little nitpicky things on why Azazel doesn't deserve S tier. But that being said, definitely A tier worthy. He is S tier worthy, by the way. I just don't have fun with him. Tainted Azazel, I mean, like, D. God, I hate him. I hate him so much. He's just so not good. I hate the fact that I need to sneeze on bosses, because I feel like the hitbox on the sneeze just never hits it doesn't hit anything. The sneeze does not hit anything. It's such a bad hitbox. The fact that my brimstone does like half damage unless I sneeze on someone, holy shit, I hate it. Like, God, you better hope you get like Polyphemus. Better hope you get like Lump of Coal. Better hope you get Magic Mush, because otherwise you're like base damage of like I don't know if Tainted Azazel starts with 5 damage or something, because I know like actual Azazel does. Whatever your damage is, just like dealing half of that per tick on Brimstone is so fucking terrible. Like, oh my god, the lack of damage on this guy. You would be convinced that he doesn't have Brimstone, but instead has like Tech 2.0001. Like the only difference between Tech 2 and his tech would be his is old Tech 2, but worse. Just deals 0 damage, dude. Tickles. Next up is Lazarus. I mean, who the hell plays Lazarus? I mean, he's like a C tier. Nobody likes playing Lazarus. The coolest thing he can do is like kill himself on double deals, but like, one, you have to get lucky and get a good devil deal that you want to kill yourself on, and you just come back as slightly better Lazarus, and it's, who cares? who cares about this dumb character? Next up is Tainted Lazarus. He's scum tier. Um, literally like just trash, like garbage actually. Like does not belong in this game. Just I don't know why he's in this game. Just like please take him out. Thank you. Next is Eden. I mean S tier. I mean, the dream is playing Eden streaks till the inevitable heat death of the universe once the post-it notes are complete. So, you know, that's cool. But yeah, Eden's fun. Not much you can really say. But going back to absolute scum of the earth, why does this thing exist? How come I transform on self damage? Like, it just doesn't make sense. Does not make sense. Self damage doesn't like break any other thing, such as like devil deal chance or like I don't know actually another example, but the fact that you reroll on self damage is pretty much like one of the stupidest fucking things. Like I've been trying to do alt path and I just can't. Every time I have to like hurt myself to get to Gahana or the mausoleum, my run just turns to absolute garbage and I can't get back the momentum. Terrible. So bad. 0 out of fucking 10. Actual Lost, I mean, like, you know, it's like a B tier. Like, I would have it higher, but the whole, you know, literally dying in one hit if you lose your mantle in a room, you know, that kind of sucks. But, like, Lost is just pretty strong. You know, starts with Flight, has Spectral Tears, has a, I think, higher shot, like, tears and damage. I think. I'm not exactly sure, so do not quote me on that. You know, free devil deals. One of the only characters where you take devil deals only because it's like, you know, can't beat free. Not too much more can be said about it. Some of the unlocks can be annoying-gasm, but, you know, it's the Lost. Just get good.jpg. Next up is the Tainted Lost. I mean, don't get me wrong. I I absolutely hate the fact that he has no Holy Mantle and that he can't get Holy Mantle. But some of my like most fun runs have come from Tainted Lost recently. And like I'm talking like I had like a negative like 60 win streak trying to do alternate path. And I've had so many runs capable of it where I just punt it. I just absolutely just like I don't know. You need to respect this character. You know, I made that video just literally yesterday about making fun of his better items, but he does just have better items. Just I'll be honest, you just get some really cool synergies and everything, and really fun character. Next up is Lilith. I mean, this is probably like D tier, maybe F tier. Like actual Lilith is like, it's just like, man, I don't know why. I just don't know why. It's so impossible to hit some precise shots and everything. Like the whole like relying on incubus or succubus, whichever one it's called, whichever one it is, and everything is so annoying. There's so many situations where you just find yourself where you can't hit enemies like where you want to because the movement of the followers is just never perfectly aligned with you, and it's just bad. I just wish it wasn't like this. Like it's I don't know. Maybe if she just had like huge tears down herself, but she still shot tears. Like I don't know, man. It's just not fun. Then we have Tainted Lilith. I mean, she's probably like one of the like in terms of damage, like the strongest Tainted, one of the strongest Tainteds at the very least. But I hate the mechanic of repeatedly having to like click my arrow keys and everything to shoot my little whip baby out, my C-section abortion thingy. No, I mean it's not an abortion, it's a C-section. But it's whatever. Very strong. I mean I've had runs where I had like barely above like starting damage as a Lilith, but like the multiplier is like just so good on like that whip attack that like it just doesn't matter. I don't know if I'll like play her after finishing up my post-it note. I think I just have like delirium left or something like that. But yeah, I mean, not looking forward to it. It's gonna be a fight. Keeper, I mean, honestly, like if this was before Repentance, this man would have been scum tier. Like Keeper was just like not fun. But who knew that giving him 3 health would actually make him really fun. Like it makes it like it takes some of the stress off of the shoulders and everything. And I'm gonna put him in S tier because he's able to he's redeemed himself. Maybe I'm giving him a little too much credit right here, but I love the fact that you're able to take double deals now. I love the fact that you're able to game self-sacrifice rooms now. It's just so nice to actually have like a fun character. And that's just like that's the Keeper is just a fun character. And guess what? Tainted Keeper also an S tier. Tainted Keeper might be like my favorite character in the game right now. Like that. Like there's something beautiful about seeing those shops. Like, you get some really nice looking shops out here now, and I'm all about it. I'm all for it. Starting with Quad Shot is really cool. Um, yeah, I mean, really, really loving the Keepers. Next up is Azazel. I mean, this man is like a C tier. Not Azazel, Apollyon. He has like subpar stats like all around and everything, and it's supposed to be like, oh, but you have the void, so you can kind of make those stats up. It never really works out. Like I know it clearly like has to work out sometime, but I mean honestly, like you just never find what you want to find as Apollyon. If you're wanting to find active items to absorb, you just get like terrible active items. Like I'm talking like the poop. I'm talking like razor blade. I'm talking like IV bag. Just like stuff that has no synergy whatsoever with the void. Or if you're looking to upgrade your stats, it's always like range up, shot speed up, stuff like that. It's like wow, that's really cool. I guess. I don't know. He has potential to be fun. Don't get me wrong, and I definitely will play him after post and no completion. But he's just whatever. Tainted Apollyon on the other hand is like definitely an A tier. So fun, so cool. I love turning just items into fucking flies because most of the time it is just better. Like just honestly, like if it's like not a damage up or like a health up, there's like almost no reason to not absorb it because the damage on the flies are just better than your actual tier damage. And having any form of like damage modifier is so good in this game. Definitely gets the Colin seal of approval for fun. The Forgotten. This is like this was my favorite character in Afterbirth Plus. Definitely, like I had it at an S tier. So strong, but I'm just gonna throw it down in the A tier because he's kind of boring now. Not that like he's boring, he's really strong. Like he's like in terms of like actual like DPS, nobody even comes close. He has like a freaking like 5 times modifier on his damage when he swings his bone club or something like that. So yeah, it's nothing to laugh at, especially since he starts off at like 5 damage. You're able to like go hands with like so many bosses. Like it's awesome, it's fun. There's like no downside in playing him. He's like probably like one of the best in terms of like versatility, being able because you're able to build him also different ways, which is awesome. He has the variance of a character that is cool as hell. You could either be like super melee focused or you can switch over to your ghost while also having like a freaking bone protector just like blocking shots for you and everything, which is awesome. But it very fun character, very cool character. Tainted Forgotten, I mean, that's just like it's an F tier. Not like, don't get me wrong, is it funny? Yes. Is it fun? No. The only fun I've had with this character is with Kamikaze, and that's it. Like this character sucks. I hate this character with a burning passion. Just like it's so bad of a gimmick. Like there's no reason to play him after you like complete his stuff because you get tired of it. I got tired of it anyways. I mean, I can't speak like everyone has the same feelings as me, but it's just like, wow, bro, there's no reason to play this character anymore. I've done it. I've beat every boss, not actually every boss, but like at least like 80% plus of the bosses with this guy. Don't want to do it anymore. Don't want to do it. Bethany. Bethany is like a B tier. Would be higher, but not being able to reliably protect yourself for like angel deal / double deal chances, it kind of sucks. But like starting with Book of Virtues is a huge plus. Being able to turn your soul hearts into charges for your spacebar, really good. There are so many just like synergies with Bethany, like low charge items with like battery synergy and everything, just kind of like really does wonders as her. The fact that she gets an angel deal first is really cool. Yeah, I mean that's all I really have to say about her. She's very fun. Tainted Bethany is like a D, maybe a C. I don't know. She kind of like lulls you into like a false sense of security and everything with like how many item passes you can get and everything, but it all it takes is one bad boss fight to destroy all of it. And by bad boss fight, I mean the boss telefrags you, teleports on top of you, and destroys all of your fires. I mean, it's just not cool. It's really not cool. I hate the Limigetin or whatever the hell it's called. Jacob and Esau, I mean, just like, don't get me wrong. It's annoying playing them, but at the end of the day, they are very good. They are able to utilize angel deals better than any other character, able to utilize alternate item rooms, alternate floor item rooms better than anyone. If you get something along the lines of like options or more options for like boss items and item rooms, able to cheese those. Just really fun characters. Tainted Jacob is scum tier. I don't think I need to really explain. Just not fun. Just not fun. No reason to ever play this guy. There's just... Who's trying to dodge an additional permanent like thing chasing you, as well as like all the enemy shots? No one. The answer is no one. Nobody likes this character. This shit is terrible. But like, actually, I hate this dude. Hey guys, thanks for watching this cool tier list, I guess. Obviously, like, comment, subscribe if you would like some more content, or don't. I mean, I'm not going to tell you how to live your life, but I would appreciate it. Ha 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 ha.